Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic week at Ignite. Yesterday, yesterday we had great keynote, and I hope that you had the opportunity to watch Kurt one. Otherwise, I really recommend that for the latest of Office and M365. And we have a lot of great sessions this week, so I hope you really get the benefit out of it. But it's not just the session, it's also the connection and the conversation. So do not hesitate to talk to each other and to come to the expo to talk with our partner, our customer, and with us, Microsoft. Welcome to this session on the roadmap for Office 365 client requirements and system connectivity, service connectivity. My name is Isabelle Maury, and I am a senior program manager at Microsoft in the Office organization. I lead the engineering side for the new O365 system requirement.
My name is Alan Philish. I'm a product marketing manager on the Office team. So I'm excited to be here with Isabel to share a bunch of this exciting news. But before we get started, I want to do a quick poll of the audience, if I could, just get you to raise your hand. I'm going to start at the bottom and work our way up to the top, just to understand what sort of Office versions you have currently in use in your organizations. So can I get a show of hands of anyone who has any 2007 still installed on computers in their organization? Awesome, great. Now, who has 2010 in their org? All right, 2013? All right, 2016 perpetual? So just perpetual. If you're using Pro Plus, don't raise your hand. So just like the non-updating version, yes, the MSI version. MSI. Yeah, okay, cool. Now Pro Plus 2016, like the subscription. Awesome, cool. Great, that gives us a great idea. Okay.
And I'm going to talk about what this session is about, but in the meantime, the next slide is not the right one, so you may want to look into that.
Sure.
So this session, so we're happy to have you at this session today. So we can partner with you to plan ahead. We're going to work you through key events and changes that are coming for Office. These changes are important because they will likely require you to take actions. But before, I want to clarify what this session is not about. We are not going to cover new feature that will be on the client and enabled through the service. We are not going to talk about the migration from on-premises to the cloud or to the migration tool that you have for perpetual to O365 purpose. But what we're going to talk about is the new system requirement for O365, the coming retirement of Office 2007 and 2010, and the deprecation of RPC over HTTP for Outlook and Exchange. We will also explain the options that you have so you can make the best decision for your business and plan accordingly. Now we have set up the session so we have time for your questions, and also we want to hear from you. Ideally, you can wait for the end of the talk, but otherwise, at any time, if you need a clarification, feel free to come to the front microphone, and we will try to take your question as soon as we can. Let's start with the update to the 365 system requirement for Office client. Let me do another quick survey. How many of you, and please raise your hand, know about this new 365 system requirements? Yeah.
Cool.
You are at the right place. we're going to have more information for you as well. First of all, why did we update the 365 system requirements? Well, it's simple. We didn't have them before, so you didn't know what to expect. There is currently no common convention on when to update system requirement for a multi-tenant service, cloud service that is always up to date. But what we could do is provide clarity and predictability for the system requirement on the system requirement for Office client connectivity. So that's what we did. We announced them in April, and they're going to be enforced in October 2020, in 3 years. We know it may take some time for some of our customers to be ready for them. So we announced them very early. So in addition to be predictable, what are the benefits of this new system requirements? First and foremost, they provide the most secure environment. We know with recent events how critical it is to have a secure environment. And when we meet with you over and over again, you're telling us this is very important for your businesses. So, security. Second, they provide the best productivity experience. When customers connect with clients on legacy version of Office, they are not enjoying the best the service has to offer. They're limited to what shipped one point in time, and they are not getting the benefits of the new features that are making them more efficient. And that's even more for collaboration, where more scenarios are enabled. And third point is manageability. This new system requirement will make it simpler to inventory and to support. So these are the benefits. So now, what are these new system requirements? O365 will require clients to be in mainstream support to connect to the services. If a client is no longer in mainstream support, it will be blocked by the service. And I'm going to repeat it because it's new. So the 365 will require the clients to be in mainstream support. And if a client is no longer in mainstream support, it will be blocked by the service. So which service are we talking about here? Exchange Online, Skype for Business, and SharePoint Online. Which client? These are the desktop clients, PC and Mac. The application are Outlook, Skype for Business, Link, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote. The list of services and application may change over time as they become more or less critical to productivity, but we committed to this list. Now the client needs to be in mainstream support in 2020. So which client is going to be in mainstream support in October 2020? Pro Plus, or 365 Pro Plus, because it's always in mainstream support. And Mac and Office 2019. Yes, we're announcing today the release of Office 2019 next year, and it will be in preview in the spring of 2018 and available somehow in the fall of 2018. So you have a new announcement here with the 2019 client and server release next year. I take some time here so you can take the picture. Okay, so let's step back and look at the entire group of Office users. And I will invite you to come with me and travel through time as we're going to look at the experience of this user now and in 2020. Let's look at our user right now who are not connecting to 365 services. They run Office locally or connected to on-prem services. There is no change for them. They will arrive in October 2020. Nothing is changed for them. So they're not going to be impacted. If for some reason they start connecting to the 365 services, they will have to be compliant with the new system requirement. But until they do, their experience is not changed. Now let's look at our next set of users who are connecting to the 365 services through the browser or the Office mobile apps. Also for them, no change. They don't have to do anything. It will continue to work as it is today. Now let's look at the users who are running Office 365 Pro Plus. And with so many hands raised, so we have plenty of them. And the user will be running Office 2019. Also for these ones, they won't see anything changing in October 2020. They will be in mainstream support. They will continue to benefit from the services without interruption. So now let's look at the remaining group of users. They're running Office, an Office version that is not going to be in mainstream support in 2020. And that includes the user who are running 2016 perpetual. They're going to experience a loss of connectivity. And if we look at where they are in October 2020, after the system requirements are enforced, they won't be able to receive or send email, They won't be able to check the latest on their calendar. They won't be able to join a meeting through Skype for Business or chat with their colleague. They won't be able to save their Excel spreadsheet on SharePoint Online. They won't be able to edit, collaborate on document on SharePoint Online. There is no data loss, though. We still have the data. They just cannot go through the client and server connectivity. They will have to use other means, like the browser or the mobile apps. So I let you look at this set of users that we have and think at what it will mean in your business. What is going to be the experience of your customers? So let's look at where we are with the recent version of Office. Office 2007 and Office 2010 are going to be retired soon. And Alan is going to give you more about that. Office 2013 is going to exit mainstream support next year. We have time. No, we have
Surprise.
time. Next year is now. And 2016, and reach end of mainstream support in October 2020. And then you see in this timeline when 2019 start appearing and that it will be in mainstream support past October 2020. And then you can see at the bottom the Pro Plus version that is still continuing in mainstream support. So now is a good time to do a quick reminder of the Office lifecycle policies. You are likely familiar with the fixed policies. So it's fixed policy where a product has a defined end of support date. And usually this product goes through a period of mainstream support and to extended support. In March of this year, in the similar mindset as the one that moved us to define system requirement. Oops, the light is big.
Good lighting.
We made a promise. We made you a promise. We committed to give you clear, consistent, and predictable guidelines on the availability of support through the product lifecycle. And we introduced a new category called modern support, modern policy. This is for products that are in continuous servicing and support. Okay, so example. Office 2016 Professional Plus is under the fixed policy. 0365 Pro Plus is under the modern policy. And to help you, we have a website where you can go and enter a product to get the information on the support policy. So if you go to support.microsoft.com/lifecycle, and for instance, you enter Office 365, you will get the detailed information on the support for that product, for this product. And with that, I would like to transition to Alan, who is going to walk you through more detail on some retirement.
All right, thanks, Isabel. So Isabel talked about the upcoming end of life of a couple different Office products, as well as mentioned RPC end of support, which is also upcoming. So I'm going to explain a little bit more about each of these moments, explain what they are, how they impact you, and then talk about how you should be considering and thinking about them in light of the 2020 changes we're making in a few years. Yes, question. Yeah. Could you just step up real quick so everyone can hear your question?
So in 2020, if you have Office 365 Pro Plus, it should be fully functional in the cloud as well? I mean, right now it's a light version of Office, so people can't do as much as they want to do.
So I think the clarification there is actually Office 365 Pro Plus provides you two ways to use Office. You can use the Office in the web browser, which is what you're referring to. Office 365 Pro Plus also allows you to download and install the rich client applications on your PC. Those applications are actually identical in functionality, or actually have better functionality than the 2016 MSI installation options. So actually Office 365 provides you the best of both worlds. We're not saying in 2020 that you can't use rich clients. What we're saying is if you're using older versions of Office in the MSI install option, you're going to have to make sure those are current in order to connect to Office 365 services. I'll talk a little bit more about that in clarity here in a moment, but please ask me again if I don't clear that up for you.
And just, since you were the first one to ask the question, you get a gift.
There you go. What are we giving away? Raspberry Pi.
Yep.
Nice. Wow, okay, cool. All right, so like I said, I'm going to talk about these two upcoming milestones, the end of support of Office 2007, the end of support of RPC over HTTP, and how you should think about them in the context of these 2020 timelines. Particularly because as those two end of support moments are upcoming, you're probably already thinking about updating Office, so you want to be smart about updating Office in context of what we're doing in 2020. So let's start with Office 2007. Those of you who may be paying attention know that Office 2007 is going to end of support in October of 2017. So if you're good at using a calendar, you know that that's basically like right after this session ends. So I hope you have a plan to get off 2007. But jokes aside, we're in extended support currently, and so we'll go out of support fully at the end of October, or in October of 2017. And so let's talk just briefly about what that means. It's actually relatively simple. It's not a complex story. But when a product goes out of support, Office 2007 has now gone through 5 years of mainstream support, then went through 5 years of extended support, and now we're at the point where Microsoft will no longer provide support for Office 2007. So very simply, I got a thumbs up from a few folks. That's good. Hopefully you're on board with us there. So very simply what this means, many of you have probably gone through this with Windows XP over the last several years, but we're just no longer going to provide security updates, so don't get any more bug fixes, no more security updates. Microsoft support, if you try to call or get help, will direct you to update your Office applications and call us back. We also additionally won't be offering custom support agreements for extending the life somehow. So if you're on an old version, you really want to get some more help, we used to offer, in some cases, some options to buy additional agreements. We're not going to be doing that. Very simply, similar to XP, is it's time to move forward from literally a security and usability perspective. It really isn't conscionable for us to continue having customers running that product. And lastly, the net impact is that while nothing will drastically change when we go out of end of support in terms of you're not going to lose email connectivity immediately in this October 2017 timeframe, but you can imagine as a product continues to stay static, no longer receives updates, no longer receives bug fixes, while connecting to Exchange Online is a service that continues to run ahead faster and faster and faster, you can imagine that experience is going to continue to degrade. So we recommend obviously moving forward, and we'll talk about what your options are for moving forward in just a moment after I explain what the other upcoming moment is here. So the other upcoming moment that Isabel mentioned was changes we're making to Exchange and Outlook to end support for RPC over HTTP. So that's a little bit of a mouthful, and I'm not sure everyone is super deep on this, so let me just give you a brief primer of what RPC is, and then we'll explain how its end of support impacts. So very simply, RPC over HTTP, also known as Outlook Anywhere, for those who've been around the Outlook business for a while, is very simply a legacy method of transport and connectivity from Exchange Online to Outlook for Windows. It just was how we transported mailbox data back and forth between Exchange and Outlook. And back in 3.5 years ago, in May of 2014, we announced that MAPI was the long-term replacement for RPC. The reasons here being several, but most importantly, that MAPI is more built to be a scalable foundational protocol for serving email to hundreds of millions of users on a global scale. It provides advanced security, including modern authentication and multi-factor authentication. It provides faster connection times for data transporting back between Exchange and Outlook. And it also improves resiliency. If you ever have those drop packets, and it used to freeze Outlook and other things like that, MAPI does a great job of helping smooth that out so the client and the user can keep working on their machine. So tons of benefits to MAPI, and obviously we announced it as the long-term replacement for RPC. So while we announced that it was a long-term replacement, we didn't give a date when we were going to be ending support for RPC, and so earlier last year, about a year ago, we announced to customers broadly that we were going to be ending support for RPC, and so all customers had to move to MAPI. So by October, we had aligned to the end of support moment for Office 2007. So by the end of October of 2017, we're going to ask that you no longer be using RPC and instead be using MAPI to connect from Outlook to Exchange Online. So similarly, if we have that same sort of slide, what's going to happen when we go end of support? So very simply, RPC is no longer considered a supported protocol for accessing Exchange Online. So just like 2007, we're no longer providing any support or bug fixes for RPC. And additionally, we're going to start actually flipping people over to MAPI. So if you're potentially using RPC and not using MAPI, we'll make sure that any new connections in your organization use MAPI, and we'll actually start, there's actually a reg key in Office, which you can toggle to force RPC usage. We're actually going to start ignoring that reg key and actually start using MAPI to provide better connectivity for your clients. So again, just to clarify, if you're still using RPC when October of 2017 rolls around here next month, there's no hard block. Will not prevent you from connecting, but similarly, you won't be able to get any support. If you call us, we'll help you move to MAPI, and then we'll help troubleshoot and fix your issues. And again, the quality of your experience may diminish over time if you don't move forward from RPC to MAPI. Okay, so I know I've talked to quite a few customers about this change, and I know there's really sort of two sets of customers. There's a set of customer who's like, I have no idea if anyone in my organization is using RPC. There probably are, I don't know. And then there's another group of customers who are like, oh, no, we're explicitly blocking it, and we have a conversation about that. So let me talk you through, in case you're unsure if anyone in your organization is using RPC or you never gave it two thoughts, let me explain the scenarios where you could potentially be using RPC. So first, if you're using Office 2007, it was out of mainstream support when we released MAPI, so it never got the update to work with RPC. I don't think this will really be a problem, as Office 2007 is going out of support fully in October, so aligning with this moment. So there's really no action you have to take for 2007 other than get off it, because the entire product is now end of support, as well as the way it connects to Exchange Online is also out of support. So don't want to be there any longer. For 2010 and 2013, we released updates in our monthly, like Patch Tuesday product updates for Office for the MSI versions to support MAPI. So when they originally released, they only supported RPC, and then so they needed to install an update. Once you installed that update, on next boot, Outlook would flip and just start using MAPI. However, there are some of you out there who have not updated your Office apps for over 3.5 years. If that is the case, you've never installed an update that allows you, a free update, that allows you to use MAPI. So you need to at least install the September 2014 update, May 2014 update when we launched MAPI. Ideally, we'll recommend you get to at least like the December 5th, 2015 product update, so that there were some bug fixes after we released MAPI that we want to make sure are properly represented in your installs. Okay, so this probably encompasses the group of people who are like, oh, I know I have old Office versions, probably some of them are using RPC. Even if you're going to stick, you're obviously going to want to get off 2007, but even if you're going to stick with 2010 or 2013 for an ongoing period, you're going to want to check and see if any of these connections are using RPC and go ahead and install an update so that they can use MAPI. And I'll talk about how you find out which users in your organization are using RPC here in a moment. So now there's the third group of people, and this is the group of people who are actually actively blocking MAPI. So they could be using 2016 or 2013 and using a reg key to block MAPI. The reason you may do this or have done this in your organization, when we first launched MAPI, there were a couple bugs that increased network traffic and other things within some organizations. We have since fixed those in subsequent updates, but there were several customers who were worried about the impact when we launched, and so flipped a reg key, and therefore RPC was never flipped from RPC to MAPI, and therefore you're still using RPC to this day. So if that's the case, we're asking you by next month to flip that key, and moving forward, like I said, we'll eventually, and we'll communicate this before we do so, but we'll eventually start ignoring that key if you don't flip it yourself. We'll obviously give you plenty of timeline of that in the Office 365 Admin Center before we would do that.
Outlook Anywhere is using RPC over HTTP.
Outlook Anywhere and RPC are the same thing, just two different phrases.
So in order to be able to verify, is Outlook Anywhere in Office 2016? Or?
It actually is possible to use Outlook Anywhere with 2016, yes.
Okay, so
it by default wasn't off. You would have to go explicitly flip it back to old connectivity option, yes.
Okay, so disabling Outlook Anywhere within the client will verify that we're not using RPC over HTTP.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So some of you, if you're in the A or B camp, if you're in the C camp, hopefully you know that you've done something to block MAPI because you've probably taken explicit option. If you're in A or B, you may not know if you have users in this state. So we actually, the way you know is you take a look at your Office 365 Message Center. We've been sending notices starting a year ago, and I think we've sent 4 to date. And we'll send another one here next week as we're sort of at the 1-month countdown to the end of support for RPC. And in the Office 365 Admin Center, we've provided a report. You guys may already know about the reporting. We provide an Office 365 that shows which email activity you have in your organizations. And so there we've provided this report, as you see highlighted here, that shows you that you can just click the download, and it shows you any users in your organization who are connecting via RPC. So if you're unsure if you have any people connecting via those old versions of Office, just go ahead and click that button. It'll download an Excel file, and you'll be able to remediate them directly. If you haven't received any notice from Microsoft in your Office 365 Admin Center, it means you don't have anyone using RPC. So awesome for you. Okay, cool. So now that you understand both of these moments, so again, just to clarify, the reason we brought up both of these moments is that both of these moments probably have you already thinking about updating Office. Oh, Office 2007 is about to be end of support. I need to get that up to date. I've heard about this RPC thing, and I need to go take action on my Office clients to make sure they're up to date enough to use MAPI. So both of these things can be driving action in your organizations. Now, we want to make sure you're being thoughtful about the move off of these unsupported products in the context of the 2020 milestone. So, particularly, as you see, Office 2007, Office 2010 are both in extended support and will stop working with the system requirements changes in 2020. Additionally, 2013 will be in mainstream support and will go out of mainstream support in 2020. So all three of those products, 2013, it will be in extended support in 2020. In 2016, will finish its mainstream support in 2020. So you can see the line there. So those products will not be able to be used past 2020, and you'll need to be on 2019, which is the mainstream support, as Isabel shared earlier, or the Office 365 Pro Plus version of Office, which will also be in mainstream support. So I bring this up because many of you are potentially, as we saw the raise of hands, using 2017 and thinking about, oh, I need to move these customers forward, or move these users forward, excuse me. So I want you to be thoughtful about that, as moving them to 2016 does buy you a little bit of time, but you're going to have to make a second jump. You're going to have to get to 2019. So while 2007 you probably need to get off immediately, and going to 2016 is probably the option, or going to Pro Plus is the option. If you're on 2010 or 2013, I want you to be thoughtful about this broader moment, because you then really have to make a decision. I really don't want you moving from 2013 to 2016 by the end of next year, only to immediately have to move from 2016 immediately to 2019 if that's where you're going to continue to stay on-prem. So, sorry, you have the option of totally doing that. I just want you to be thoughtful about understanding that you're doing that with the plan to take 2 hops before you can pass 2020. So hopefully that was clear. So really, with these 2020 system announcements, you really have 2 options to be on a supported product in 2020 against Office 365. You can either use, and of course our best and recommended option is to use the Office 365 Pro Plus Click to Run product. As you see there, you're always in mainstream support. You ignore any of this nonsense around end of support or products not working, the end of lives. None of that applies to you. You just continue to live an awesome, amazing life connecting to Office 365. And of course, you get to take advantage of all the full capabilities of Office 365. All the things you saw in the demos from Kirk and the demos in Satya's keynote, you'll get to take advantage of that in your organization. If you're not yet ready for that, if you're not yet ready to move to the Click to Run version, if you're not ready to move to Office 365 Pro Plus, I should say, we do have an option for you, and as Isabel shared earlier, that will be Office 2019. So that will be provided in 2018. So you need to be thoughtful about that in planning how you're going to get to that prior to 2020 from your current situation. So hopefully that makes sense. Gentlemen, why don't you go ahead, come up and ask the question.
I don't know if it's the right question for you, but from a licensing perspective, are we saying that 2020 is all going to be subscription model as well? Is that the implication?
Great question. So the question, if those of you didn't hear it, was around in 2020, will all the Office clients be on a subscription model? Is that the question? Mm-hmm. The answer is no. You will have the option for Office 365, which will be the subscription version, and you'll be able to license it that way. As you do today, so it'll the same as it is today. 2019 will be sold as a perpetual buy once, license once per device model, just the same way 2016, 2013, 2010, and 2007 have been. So we'll continue that same approach. So now, the thing that people always get just a little, and granted it's our fault, so I'm taking responsibility for that, a little confusing is the folks on Office 365 Pro Plus will get the 2019 updates, if that makes sense. Like, they're already sort of getting, they already really have the updates because Office 365 is always up to date. You're always using the latest and greatest version. So we're continuously updating 365 Pro Plus, and to build 2019, we'll sort of just take a point in time fork of the code, drop it out as Office 2019, and then that will be the 2019 release. So you're not on a different product than you are using in Office 365 Pro Plus. You're just sort of on, like, we'll take the, March example, not for real, but we'll take the March of 2018 update to Office 365 Pro Plus and start shipping that as the 2019 version that you can buy as a perpetual license. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So, like I said, we've got those two options, 365 Pro Plus or 2019. Both of those will continue to work past the 2020 system requirements changes. So, of course, if you're then thinking, okay, well, I know I need to get Office modern, and there's probably lots of things I need to think about when I'm doing that. How can I get some help? So, some of you may be familiar with Fast Track. Fast Track is our customer success service. It's an ongoing and repeatable benefit that's part of your Office 365 subscription. So if you have Office 365 email or Office 365 in your organization, you are already eligible to use Fast Track. So Fast Track can do a ton of things. Many of you may have already used it to get your email from on-prem into Office 365, or to move documents into SharePoint, or potentially set up EMS, or the things like that. In this case, you're going to be able to use Fast Track, and can already use Fast Track today to help you with that desktop client apps update. So moving from 2010 to 365 Pro Plus, Microsoft engineers can actually help you talk through the steps you need to take and actually help you move to the cloud. So this will be great. Again, it's part of your subscription. It's not an additional cost, so that you can go ahead and take advantage of that. Highly recommend that. Okay. So with that, we're going to pass it back to Isabel to talk about a little bit more about Pro Plus.
We recommend you to use O365 Pro Plus for your users, because it's the best offering for Office. And I'm lost with this. Okay. First, it brings all the greatness of the innovation. On a continuous basis, you're getting new value. You're enabling your businesses, your users, to get the best tool so they can create great product and design and maintain best-in-class services. And if you have any doubts about that, watch again the keynotes of yesterday. This is where you get the creativity. This is where you get your people creating fantastic experience. It's also the best offering in terms of security. Not only are we making sure the software is secure on a constant basis, but we also provide you with tools that you can use to make your entire ecosystem more secure. And it's also easier from the management perspective. Instead of looking at a gap between an old version, a version of Office, and the next version, and how you're going to move from one to the other, you are on this smooth and constant update, and you don't have to worry. You may have seen this slide in other presentation, but I wanted it there because it's meaningful to me. As a worker, I come to work every day, not just to do my job, but to change the world. And I want, when I come with my best self, to have available to me the best tool to enhance me. And you want the same for your user. That's what Office 365 Pro Plus is bringing to your organization. We have compiled a few resources for you. So, so the question is if the deck will be available. Yes, it will. It should be available sometime today. So yeah, you don't have to take the picture of the slide.
Just go to the Ignite website and find the session with the code, and they'll link once you're logged in. There's a link in the top right that says download deck.
So we have added a few links that it would be easier to click when you have the deck. On the lifecycle support, we also have some on the upcoming office retirements. You'll have more detail on that. We have also put there some link for updating from the 2007 client server, so that's more detail there. And the one on the 365 system requirement. And not all the details are there yet, but we're going to add them soon, so keep this handy so you can check the latest we put there. Now we have 2 slides with other session at Ignite that we recommend you attend. This one is on the O365 deployment session. And if you have not watched Amesh's presentation yesterday, I also would recommend that one. But this is the list that we recommend if you want to know more. There is also parallel to this session, there is a session from Disha, and you also should look at this one. And this is the fast track session. Also, depending on where you are in your journey, you may find some good resources with this. So by now, you should have a better understanding of key changes that are coming for Office, and especially regarding the retirement of 2007 and 2010, the deprecation of Outlook RPC over HTTP, and the new Office 365 system requirements. Also, we recommend our best offering with Office 365 Pro Plus. You are in the driving seat. You have to look at what you want as experience in 2020 and decide the path you want to take to get there. We give you the map. You know the road you can take. But you are the one who is going to define the road trip. And we're here to help you. So together, you and us can enable everyone and every business to achieve more. We're going to open up for questions soon, but I would like to invite you to give us feedback. So you can do that through the portal or through your application. We really want to hear from you what was useful at this session and what else we can communicate with you in the future. So please give us the feedback. And you're not just doing it for us. For every survey that you fill, Microsoft is partnering with the Red Cross and will give $5 to the Red Cross. So please use this opportunity to give us an evaluation and give for the good cause. Thank you.
For the upcoming releases for the Pro Plus, will the support for older Visio versions be more flexible? Because a lot of our clients have had a lot of problems regarding Office Pro Plus with on-premise, with the MSI version of Visio and Project. So we have to uninstall and reinstall a lot of things. So with the new releases, will it be more flexible when it comes to the versions of Office and Visio being installed with the Pro Plus? Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah, because there's always a problem with when it comes to Visio and Project with Office Pro Plus. That's a lot of problem for us. So it must be at least flexible for us to install both.
Okay, hey, thanks for the question. Sir?
So with the subscription base, we
Yeah.
keep getting updates and feature requests, right, as through the schedule of the monthly channel and all that stuff. With when Office 2017 comes out, the volume-based, will we see a big increase of updates right before that being deployed to the monthly channel and things like that? Are we going to just kind of see them staggered, and by the time we're up to Office 2017, we're up to kind of that current release with them? Does that make sense?
I'm not sure.
Could you ask it one more time?
So the whole subscription base, you keep getting feature updates.
Yep,
right?
every month. Yep.
And that pretty much keeps us up to the current Office version.
Correct, totally.
So with the Office 2017 being...
I think you mean 2019.
Oh, sorry, 2019,
yes,
sorry. And
correct.
2019 is officially released. We'll be up to that version?
You'll already be using it.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll just keep on getting the incremental. We won't get any big bulk changes right before
So,
that.
so in fact, it's almost the opposite. Well, the Pro Plus version will be 2019 plus more. So your Pro Plus version will have the feature that 2019 has and more.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Great. Thank you for the question.
Are you doing away with MSI installations? Or MSI is still going to be?
I don't think we have all the
available?
details yet on 2019. So I think we're going to share more of that while we're here at Ignite.
Okay.
So we don't have a great answer for you at the moment.
Okay.
It's still a year and a half away. So there was another gentleman asking a question earlier that I didn't give one of these to. Did I miss it? Was it that? It's like, I want one of these too. There you go. Sure, question.
So are there going to be any resources or roadmap or something? So let's suppose you're Office 2007 or 2010 and you want to come all the way up to the front of the line.
Yep.
Is there something that, there's a lot of steps in between there.
Sure.
Plus you've got in-house apps that you've developed and other things that are going to potentially break. Is there something that's going to give us that point in the right direction?
Yeah, so I would definitely engage Fast Track. As I said, Fast Track is sort of our help service that will help you go through the steps and remind you, oh, can you double check all these things? Can you confirm all your apps are compatible? Can you go, so they'll walk you through a checklist of things that you need to do, and in some cases actually help you do those things. So that would be the absolute best way to proceed with that update. Now we also, the slide we shared just a moment ago that had the list of Office deployment sessions. There's so much detail in that question, we couldn't obviously get to it all today, but there are sessions like a meshes, which is how to move from perpetual to click to run and other things like that, where we talk in more depth about the specific tools and resources that can help you do that. And so I encourage you to download this deck so you can see the other sessions, and if you haven't attended some of those and they've already happened, just watch them online. They're all recorded.
Sure.
And that will take you through many of those steps.
Okay, thanks.
Hopefully that's helpful. Yeah.
And do not hesitate to really use Fast Track if you have any trouble.
Don't go anywhere.
That will be helpful.
One. Yeah. Hi, in the back here. One of the things that one of the things enterprises have often used Office for is more of a platform with deep integrations across the board. And it makes it difficult to get all of the components upgraded at the same time. So in the past, they've used the Microsoft application virtualization technology as a way to help with that, to deploy components of one version while working with Office on another. Last November, the perpetual version suddenly dropped out of the ODT kit used to do that, and we were told it's no longer supported. Is there any way that can come back to help the enterprises with this migration?
Yeah. Why don't you come up afterwards and
Yeah,
let's
I'll
talk
talk
a
to you
little bit more
afterwards
about your
about that.
specific situation, and we'll get you an answer. You can come get a thing if you want, but cool. Another question. I think you were next. Sorry.
Hi, I don't know if you'll know the answer to this, but with the deprecation of RPC over HTTP for Office 365,
Yep.
do you have any updates on when that will impact on-prem Exchange?
It won't.
Never?
Well, meaning like as you continue to move forward in new versions of Exchange, you would of course, use the, like if you went and deployed 2016 Exchange, for example, or 2019 Exchange, which we announced, you may choose or would choose in those scenarios to use MAPI. The currently installed software that you'd have that would be using RPC today in Exchange on-premises environment will be unaffected by this announcement. We just won't be releasing more updates for RPC. So this announcement is just for Exchange Online mailboxes connecting to Outlook for Windows. We're now going to be requiring you to use MAPI in order to continue to get support.
So that protocol will never be completely disabled for on-prem?
Yeah, we can't control what you have running in your environment. It's all on-prem. You control it fully. We don't have any levers or knobs or anything to do anything. So we can't even go in and disable that. So we would recommend you switch to MAPI because it's a much smoother and better experience and will provide a lot of benefits, including security, performance, reliability, a bunch of other things. But that is, of course, your choice in the situation where you're running fully on-prem software. Anything you want to add?
For 2019,
oh, okay. Yeah.
For 2019, we have decided on what we will do with HTTP. The knowledge point of what you have installed today, we have no control over using that.
Yeah.
What we decide to do for HTTP 2019 is still we decide. Will our
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep. So Venkat was just adding for those you couldn't hear. Would you like one of these? Was that in 2019, we still have lots of details to flesh out for what will be actually fully running in Exchange 2019. But again, nothing currently running in your on-prem environment will be impacted by this announcement. I think actually this gentleman back here was next.
Thank you. We have around 300,000 deployments of Office 2013, and Microsoft have always recommended that we deploy the 32-bit version of Office. Will that be the same approach for 365?
That's a great question. I think actually we're recommending to quite a few people to now do 64-bit. Within Pro Plus, I know we do that a lot nowadays. So I think that potentially has changed since 2013.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the recommended option.
Yeah,
I think
it's getting harder and harder to kind of go with 32-bit Office. So now that there is a change, and 64-bit should be the way to go.
Yeah, I think we're still keeping 32 around just because there's a lot of legacy like add-ins and other things that are built to work specifically with the 32-bit. But the preference is that you get the additional address space and other things that come with 64-bit.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. If you want one, you can come up here, but I'm not walking all the way back there. Question?
Hi. You spoke about prerequisites or changes for Office itself, but what would be the impacts, or would there be an impact for Windows itself? Like, could we, let's say, install Office 2019 on Windows 7 if we still have Windows 7, or even Office Pro Plus, would it still be able to work on Windows 7 as well? You did not speak about the OS part itself.
Yeah, I don't think we've, oh, sorry, yeah, it could actually, yeah.
Related to something that she mentioned today, we're still working through just another year plus.
Yeah.
We're still working through the specs and things like that. Once we know, we'll make sure we announce as soon as possible so we can plan.
Yeah.
And we won't wait until RTM to say, here's the specs. We'll give you plenty heads up as we can, but we're still working through like that.
Yep, so just to repeat that for everyone else is basically with both the same with Exchange 2019 and Office 2019. We're announcing them today, but there's still quite some time, so we will obviously share those full set of details.
So we'll probably get details at the beta version or in the preview version?
Yeah, likely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your question. Yes?
So you talked earlier about essentially a soft date for ending support for RPC or HTTP for Exchange Online.
Yep.
Do you know, is there a planned hard date for that as well?
So there is not a planned hard date at this time. We are considering one, and if we do, we will then communicate that very clearly within the Office 365 Message Center. At this point, we don't have a hard date. We would love for everyone just to stop using it, but we also just honestly, we want to make sure we don't want to shut anyone off. We don't want to force, say, you to drop 10,000 users email access overnight or something like that. So we're trying to do all we can to message and help customers understand that that's not really a viable path forward, and then have you take the action to remediate and get to MAPI. As we get lower and lower in the remaining few set of users that are using RPC, we will probably set an official date and just deal with the pain of the last couple 100,000 or something like that. But as of right now, there's not any official announced hard end date.
Okay. I have a second question, but I don't know if you wanted to
Sure.
go to him first.
Yeah, ask your second question. We've got still 15 minutes, so.
2019, you said is going to be a perpetual license model and a continued support model similar to, I assume, like Windows 10, where it looks like it's like a final release, continuous updates. What's going to be the significant advantage of using Office Online or Office Pro Plus versus the perpetual model with 2019?
Yeah, I think there's a significant number of updates, almost that there would literally be a whole session on why Pro Plus has additional benefits over 2019. I think the previous slide, if you want to skip back a couple slides, just to show it, that we sort of highlighted quickly. First, the Pro Plus version, because it's tied to the services, has a ton of features and capability that the perpetual version won't have. So just starting right there, if you're looking to provide the best experience to enable your users, that's going to be Pro Plus. Actually, I went to the why Pro Plus slide, actually. Additionally, there are some additional security features. Perfect, thank you. There's a bunch of intelligent security features we built directly into the Pro Plus model that, again, will keep your users more safe and secure. Things that we can do, again, that require the cloud to work. It's not that we're just shoving them only into Pro Plus, but they actually leverage our intelligent services like advanced threat protection and other things like that to real-time update and secure, say, for example, malicious links in your email or phishing links or things like that. So it provides you a bunch of security and benefits. And then we believe, although it is a change and requires you to learn some different tools, the ongoing management experience of Pro Plus is significantly easier for both you as IT and for your users to deal with change. By having small, frequent, incremental updates, users can be taken along those changes rather than going from 2010 all the way to 2016, where users are like, I don't even know where print is anymore. I don't know how to find things. And it's such a jarring change that it's really difficult for many users. And so we think there are many reasons why you'd want to use Pro Plus overall. We will continue to support both, as we know some customers aren't quite yet ready for Pro Plus, or they have specific situations where it potentially may not work. But Pro Plus is clearly the best path forward.
Did I understand it correctly that 2019 is considered to be like a final release with continuous updates moving forward, and there won't be like a 2022?
I think what we're announcing today is 2019 is releasing, and 2019 will continue to have the same model as what we've done with previous versions potentially, which is sort of like that idea of there's 5 years of mainstream support. I think ongoing, I think there's going to be a limit to how much we release updates for 2019. So we'll continue to do the monthly sort of bug fixes and security updates for that, just the way we do with 2020, 2013 or 2016 still today. But it definitely won't be a forever thing. If you want the thing that's forever up-to-date Office, that is Pro Plus.
Okay.
Yeah. So same as 2016 MSI or 2013 MSI. The features you get when it ships are the features you have. You will get security and bug fixes, but not feature updates. Those go into Pro Plus.
I misunderstood that in the presentation.
Okay.
So thank you.
Great, thanks. Glad we cleared that up. I think this gentleman's my waiting, then we'll come over here.
We are basically using Office 365, but our environment mixed with Outlook 2007, 2010, and 2016.
Great, so you got everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, for some reason, some producer won't be able to do it, but I'm just curious about the October 31st. Do we have to upgrade on the Sun level? Is any like hard day we have to do it, or what do you recommend it?
So for both Office 2007 and for RPC, those will both go out of support in October, so next month. There is no, like I said, there's no hard date of you're going to suddenly lose email access and your users are going to call you desperate. It will be sort of a long, slow, gradual decline into death, if I can say that, where they're going to continue, the experience is going to continue to get worse and worse over time as those clients no longer receive any bug fixes or security fixes and are no longer supported by Microsoft. Additionally, if you call Microsoft, we will not help you with support or issues. We'll ask you and help you get to MAPI, or we'll help you get off of Office 2007, but we're not going to troubleshoot an issue why 2007 isn't connecting to Exchange Online for some reason, or why your user lost email access or things like that. So there isn't a hard date to share, just that the October date is something that it's clear, you know, we know, we're not providing any more support for this, so you're now playing with fire, if you will, whether you decide to stay on it any longer.
So that fast track thing will probably help me to...
Yes, definitely encourage you to check out Fast Track. Again, it's part of your subscription, doesn't cost anything extra, so highly encourage you to contact them and they can help you through that migration.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you.
So that one is the soft ending. The 365 system requirement I talk about for 2020 is going to be a hard date.
Yeah, great clarification. Thank you, Isabel.
Now, for all of us that have adopted O365, but are running on the hybrid mode, do you have a timetable where Exchange, on-prem Exchange 28 is not going to be able to manage O365 premises, or do you have a timetable for that? Is that going to be you'll need 2012 to manage your O365 clients if you're in a hybrid situation?
So sorry, you're running hybrid as in you have some Exchange Online users and some Exchange On-Prem users?
I have all my users on O365. However, we cannot migrate completely to the cloud because of internal consumption.
Not migrate completely to what?
All our system to the cloud because of internal consumption issues. So we manage that with an old Exchange 2008 server.
You're managing Office clients with Exchange?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a situation where you have distribution groups and you cannot manage them on the cloud when you are in hybrid.
Okay, something related to distribution groups specifically? Okay.
So are you going to stop being able to manage your clients with a 2008 Exchange? You will have to update my Exchange server to in the future, or do you have a timetable for that?
Yeah, I think there's actually several questions implicit in your broader question there that I think we'd have to tackle. I'm not sure I would need to understand the specifics of what you're asking for. It sounds like you're using Exchange to manage a specific set of controls within Office specifically, because Exchange can't really manage Office. Like the way to do it, we have System Center or other Office deployment tool or other tools that manage the update process for Office, and so that's I think that's the way we want you to move forward. But maybe Venkat, could you step up, use the mic there just so we can hear you better? You can flip it around if you want, so you can face.
So if I understand, you're trying to manage distribution lists and other directory settings from the on-premises server, and you're trying to understand, do you have to upgrade Exchange version on-premises to to continue to administer your online distribution groups, etc. Is that
yes.
correct?
From what I understand, we have all our users in Office clouded, but there are certain keys that we cannot manage
Got
we are in a hybrid situation.
Yeah.
So we use our exchange, on-prem exchange to manage those keys, specifically distribution groups and others. Is there a timetable for our Exchange 2008 to stop working, and we'll have to?
None of the people here know the answer to your question about what happens when, like, for example, will Exchange 2007, if that's what you got and it goes out of support, will you still be able to administer the Office 365 settings? I will have to take your info and connect you with the right person who will be able to answer that question, who's more familiar with hybrid deployments and how administrator, people such as you manage these settings.
That would be great.
None of us in the room, unfortunately, have the answer to your question.
Yeah.
So we'll have to take a follow-up.
Yeah, in specifically, we can definitely follow up an email, but we have those folks here in the Exchange booth on the expo floor. So if you make your way over there, we're happy to follow up with you after the session, but they'll be there at the Exchange booth. We have several people who are experts in the hybrid deployment scenario, and we'll be able to give you a proper answer.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I think we're just about at time.
Yep. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.